Hey everybody, want to welcome you to this LinkedIn event about entrepreneurship and depression. And you're probably asking yourself, well, Adam, it sounds like a pretty dark topic. Why are you smiling? And I had one of those moments in life that I will never forget. And this weekend, I looked in the mirror and I said, if I died today, I would be disappointed. And the reason is that I have 25 years of experience of being an entrepreneur, climbing the mountaintop, spending time in the valley. In fact, a lot more time in the valley than I have on the top of the mountain. And I have gone through this, I believe, not for me, but it's for you. It's for one person out there. And I know we have a lot of people on this event, and hopefully a lot more people will watch it. And as you know, at the House of Bricks, we're all about taking action. So I just want you to just drop something in the comment today. And once we do that, and I need everybody to do it so we get on the same frequency and I'm able to transfer my energy in this story to impact your life. So again, welcome to the House of Bricks Brick of the Week. And as you know, I am Adam House because you're on my profile and on my event and you saw my picture, so you know who I am, but I love to introduce myself anyway. So I want you guys to take that action. I'm watching. Let's light up the chat and get this thing going. So we're not here to put a label on ourselves, right? And saying, oh, I'm depressed. Well, what we are going to do is talk about some of the challenges that we face as entrepreneurs and just creating some light that will expose some of those dark times. And I promise you, I have spent a lot of time there, but I have a way out. And I believe that this story, my message, is out there for one person. And if it's just for one person, it was worth all the effort to put this event on for you today. So let's talk about entrepreneurship. Okay. You don't have to start your own business to be an entrepreneur. It's more about developing a mindset that's resilient to the probability of failure. In fact, 90% of startups fail in their first year. And there's another report that 11 out of all 12 startups fail. And additionally, 7.5 out of 10 venture-backed startups fail. So what does that do to an entrepreneur? It's a journey that you're on that's going to be full of challenges where the odds are stacked against you from the very beginning. So that's the first topic, is entrepreneurship. And the second is depression. Entrepreneurs, we're often blind to our own weaknesses. In fact, that's what makes us very good at what we do. And to go against all odds, we have a dream, we have a vision, and nothing will stand in the way of us accomplishing that. The problem is that blindness can cause a lot of collateral damage to you as the entrepreneur, the team you're leading, and the people that are around you. In fact, the people that are closest to you. So I'm here today to talk to you about this and create a community of entrepreneurs, because it's okay to be independent, but it's not okay to be alone. And you don't have to be alone in this process. You've heard me talk about the struggle zone. So when we struggle, we encounter fear, anxiety, self-doubt. You're wondering, can I do this, right? What did I sign up for? And a lot of times you're too far in that you can't get back out, right? You've borrowed money on a credit card, you've raised capital, you've got a team you're leading. So you're saying to yourself, I can't quit, but where do I go to get help? Who can I talk to? Who can I show that weakness to? And we're essentially signing up for a journey with a 10% chance of success in the first year. And why is that? Again, we have a dream, we have a vision, and we're going to do whatever it takes, whatever the odds are, to accomplish that dream. It's important for you to acknowledge that feelings aren't facts. I'm going to put a little warning on that, okay? Do not say that to your wife. And if you do, watch out for the flying frying pan. So it's one of the things I say a lot, but never in my own house. So we're talking business here. And again, feelings are not facts, but the fact is that you have to pay attention to your feelings and reframe them to the right story and narrative in your mind. In today's digital age, there's so many social media platforms, and we're being constantly bombarded with people's advice and opinions. And the more counselors you follow and coaches you follow, everyone becomes a psychiatrist, and they're diagnosing themselves and all the people around them. And in reality, we're not here to put labels on you and say, yes, I'm depressed, Adam, or no, I'm not. Well, the purpose is just to create that self-awareness, because where self-leadership and self-awareness are, those will be the keys to your success. It's critical that you understand what the cost is of pursuing the goals, and make sure that your goals align with the significance of the price that you're willing to pay. So we've addressed your feelings. We've talked about being an entrepreneur. And those of you that know me, I try to find a way to use everything as a competitive advantage for me, brick by brick. And being aware of our struggles is key. That self-awareness of where we are personally and where our business stands, that will be transformative to the outcome. Let's talk about money, for example, right? If you're in a startup, you're an entrepreneur, cash is king. Cash is always king. And I'm going to give you an example. It's a funny story, and it's a true story, and it's one that I lived personally. So I had a healthcare analytics business, Qualmetrics, and we were a week away from closing a $5 million, I wish it was billion, and I probably wouldn't have to do this, but we'll go with $5 million Series B round. And we were closing on Friday. And on Monday of that week, my CTO, who was the brains behind the analytics platform, right, the engineer of it, he calls me and he said, Adam, I can't do this anymore. I want to quit. Or sorry, he emailed me and said, Adam, here's my resignation. And I called him and said, no, I'm not accepting your resignation. You can't leave. We have to close this funding round. But imagine what's going through my mind. We had gone through a couple months of due diligence, and the brains behind the technology, the analytics, the chief architect is planning on resigning. And in a startup, that guy is the key to the future. So imagine what I was going through at that time, all the fear, all the anxiety, and doubt that we were actually going to make this happen. So he resigned. I said no. We ended up closing the deal. So these are just real stories, right, that I've gone through to show you that we all love to post our favorite things. You look at my bio, right? CEO, exited this company, exited that company. But the real experience is in the dash of, I started this company in 1999 and I sold it in 2007. Wow, great story, Adam. But what happened in the in-between? And that is the struggle. And that's really, if you look at a tombstone, where life happens. Born on this date, died on this date, but the life is in the middle. And I want to encourage you today to find that life, find that passion, find the drive that you may have lost over time, and you're feeling the weight of these struggles. We're going to find life today. So I just want you to comment in the chat. Let's just fire each other up a little bit, because again, that energy will create momentum. And the more progress you make towards your goals, the more you will enjoy the journey. You're going to enjoy it more. So make that progress and continue to move forward. All right. So we've talked about the entrepreneurship. We've talked about depression, how you can use it as a competitive advantage. And again, this can strain your personal relationships. It can strain you as a person. And you have to be aware of what it is that you're going through. Because these moments, they're not failures, but they're pivotal opportunities for growth and innovation. And I can give you another story of mine with the company Velocitude. So I was in New York City with our chief technology officer, and we were talking about the way we were approaching the mobile platform. And him and I just came to the conclusion, we're doing this all wrong. Everything we're doing is wrong. It's not working. And we literally flew back to Fort Lauderdale, fired half the team, and had to start over. But it was that pressure of being denied by investors that felt like we were on the wrong path, but they were wrong. We ended up exiting that company also. But the way we were doing it was not the right way. And them turning us down for investment caused us to rethink the business model. Okay. So every setback becomes a valuable learning experience that is going to contribute to the growth of your business. So this continuous process of learning and adapting and allowing you to refine your strategies, your products, your market, your services, and making them better every time, that will equip you to navigate the future challenges and ultimately build a strong foundation for your business. So how do we turn these pressures into advantages? It starts with reframing our challenges as drivers to change. Every obstacle is a stepping stone. It's daunting, I understand, but it's a chance for you to innovate. You have to innovate continuously, and that is what is going to cause you to excel. So we're out there, right? And I won't mention him by name, but I'm sure you all know who he is. And he's telling everybody to find their why, right? And so now we have a generation of people sitting around and, oh, what's my why? And I don't have a purpose and all that. Well, you don't start with a purpose. You start with progress, and then you see that momentum and you're like, I am good at this. And this is what I'm going to do. And then you will find your purpose. You will find your purpose as you make progress. Don't sit around and try to find your why. Why don't you find your why not? It's a much shorter road. You look at my career. Why not drop out of college when you're 19 and start a business with $200 out of your apartment? Why not start a mobile technology with no background in mobile tech? Why not play professional basketball at the age of 32 and become co-owner and CEO of the team? Why not start a healthcare analytics business with no background in healthcare? And now, why not become a podcaster with no experience in podcasting and doing business advisory services? I do have experience there, doing it a long time, and I have so much to share with you. And that's really my life's mission. And I'm 46. I'll call them I'm on the back nine, I guess it would be. And that's what I want to do. I want to inspire people just like you. And I'm thankful for you joining this episode, because I'm continuing to make progress. You've seen it with the podcast, the coaching, the advisory services. And how have I done this? Well, I started it with as little money as possible. Okay. And that's what I teach people, because you have to test, fail, learn, and grow, but do it with the smallest amount of money possible so you can get as much information possible. And this is the compound effect. And this is what will help you create the power and energy to grow and scale your business. And again, you don't have to own your own business. Okay. You can have that entrepreneurial mindset. So just as small investments compound a significant wealth, our efforts to overcome challenges compound into substantial growth and success for our businesses. Each season in life brings challenges, and it also brings opportunities. And understanding which season you're in, that is going to allow you to navigate it more effectively. What type of business do you want to build? Is it a lifestyle business? Is it a enterprise? Like, all of those things have different costs to you as a person, to your team around you, your family, and none of them are right or wrong. It's just knowing what it is that you've signed up for. And we must discern the patterns to maintain and change that allow us to constantly evolve and thrive in both our personal and professional journeys. So why are we here? Okay. We're interested in entrepreneurship and depression. I can't believe how many times I've said that word. I don't really like it. I don't like putting labels on people or feelings. I won't go as far as Andrew Tate, because, he says depression isn't real, but you have to have some reality to understand where it is that you are, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. And entrepreneurship is similar to climbing a mountain. It's tough alone, but it's very feasible with a community around you. And that's what we're doing here at the House of Bricks and building a community. We want to connect with fellow entrepreneurs. That's going to provide us with the blueprints and tools necessary for our journey. As the saying goes, go fast, go alone, go far, go together. And since the beginning of time, communities have been important to human progress. I keep a workbook on my shelf, and it reminds me of the collaborative efforts that have shaped the world and the importance of community. And trust me, I like to be alone. Like, my favorite time is by myself in the gym, taking a walk, taking a run, but you have to have a community of people around you. And I'm going to say it again, it's okay to be independent, but you don't have to be alone. So let's talk about some of the things that you can do, right, to keep your mindset right. So you're going to exercise daily. You got to eat the right way, and you got to have a strong support system, journaling, getting those thoughts out of your mind and on paper. Number one, it just helps you process it, getting it out. Two, you can look back, and I have piles of journals over here in my office, and 80% or more of the things that were weighing me down either didn't happen or they ended up being something that caused positive pressure for a moment, and then that accelerated the growth of my business. So again, it's okay to be independent, but it's not okay to be alone. And I want you to know that you're not alone, and there is a community here for you to connect to. We have some really exciting things that we're working on here at the House of Bricks. It's really important, the things that you say about yourself, because your words have power. And I just want to encourage you that everything that you're facing, I can promise you over the last 25 years, I've faced that and more. And I've been able to get through it, obviously, because of my faith. That is my cornerstone. My wife is my biggest cheerleader. And I've also had great team members around me. And there's nothing more important for a leader than to lead his team in the way that he would want to be led, and surrounding yourself with the right people that are bought into your vision, want to make an impact. That's what I've continually surrounded myself with, which is why I've been able to do the things that I have accomplished. And I've never really wanted my name in lights, even though my name is in lights, but I feel like doing a little bit of disservice by not telling my story, not sharing my learnings, not so you can find some gimmick or hack or shortcut building a business, because it's difficult, and it's going to be difficult. It'll always be difficult, right? But it's in that adversity, it's going to make you stronger, right? Hard times create strong men and women. And the more difficult your business is in the beginning, it is only over when you quit. That's when the story ends. So I want to encourage you today, keep pursuing your dreams, keep pushing forward, keep climbing that mountain, stay connected to the community, find an advisor, someone that is outside of your business where you can open up and really talk about what's going on. And it's not to have a kumbaya and say, poor me and my feelings and all that, because that is not me. And that is not what this is about. It's about how to use those challenges and make it every challenge a stepping stone.